Today, I'd like to share with you a secret that I've discovered to working with employees, as well as outsourced talent, whatever they are. So this secret, if you do this, will give you better people working for you. It'll grow your company and it'll give you a better life. So it all comes down to a secret about delegation that's really important to understand. The secret works, and this secret is for you as the boss. Okay, so you as the boss delegating to your people. The secret is this: downward delegation is good. In other words, when you delegate to the people that are below you, that's a very good thing. Most people understand that. What they tend to forget is this: upward delegation from your people, delegating things upward to you, that's bad. So let me give you an example of what upward delegation looks like. So just today, I had a wonderful, wonderful outsourced talent that I work with who, I don't know, for whatever reason, asked me to do a task that I have specifically delegated to him. Okay, that's great. I totally understand that his life would be easier if I would do the thing that he asked me to do. But here's the thing. I hired him to do that task. It's part of what I pay him for. And so for him to ask me to do this, and what it usually looks like is something like this. Could you just, and it can look for everything like, can you just put that in a spreadsheet? Could you just create that presentation? Could you just grab me this? Could you just do that? And the key question that you should be asking as the boss is this: do they have everything that they need to be able to do that task themselves? Because sometimes they don't. So sometimes you haven't given them enough instructions or SOPs, standard operating procedures, to be able to do it. Sometimes they don't have your perspective on how to do it. Sometimes you haven't given them the tools to do it. And when those things happen, then when they ask you to do something, what they're basically saying, if they don't have these things, is, I don't have these things. I need you to give me these things so that I can be able to do my job. But if they have those things, what ends up happening is they are asking you to do their work. And it's important for us to remember that you're paying them to make your life easier, not the other way around. So oftentimes what ends up happening is we're trained from very small children to not say no to a lot of the requests that come our way. We are trained to be helpful, to be friendly, to be kind, all those kinds of things like that, which is great. And I'm not suggesting you shouldn't be helpful and friendly and kind. What I'm suggesting is, oftentimes what will happen is when someone asks us to do something, we just say, okay, because we've been trained all our life to do that. But when they are the employee asking you as their boss, as their employer, to do something to make so that they won't have to do that task, they've just done upward delegation. And upward delegation is a bad thing. So what do you say when someone tries to upward delegate to you? Very simple answer. No, I'll need you to do that. Now, oftentimes, this will cause them to go, oh, I had never thought that maybe I should be doing that. But if you've given them those tools and the SOPs and the instructions and your perspective, and they know everything and they have everything that they need, that's a very realistic request. And by the way, when you say this statement, no, I'll need you to do that, then you need to listen very carefully and pay attention to their reply. Sometimes their reply is, well, I'm asking you to do it because I'm so busy. Okay, that's not a good reason to delegate up to you. If it's, I'm asking you to do this because I don't understand, then you have a responsibility to do something so they can do it. Don't take the task off their shoulders, but take what they say next. Oftentimes will give you an indication to help you understand, is there more that you need to provide to them to be able to do this without needing you to do it for them? Because here's what happens. If you start doing things for your employees, this becomes a slippery slope where what they do is they keep pushing things back up onto your plate that you hired them to take it off of your plate. And once it's your responsibility, it's sort of going to be your responsibility forevermore until you make a big deal that, no, this is your responsibility and I expect you to do that. And there are a couple of consequences to this that you need to recognize. Sometimes you will have to pay to fix or switch what they did. So sometimes when they're trying to delegate up to you, what they're basically saying is, I don't understand how you would do this. And so if you say, no, I'll need you to do this, and they don't ask questions that give them the information to figure out how you would do this, then what'll happen is when it comes back to you, it won't be the way you would do it. Then you have a decision to make. How bad is it? Sometimes it's bad enough that you need to give them the insights they need to be able to do it the way you would do it and have them redo it. And so you're going to have to pay for the same task to be done twice. The first one the way they want to do it, the second one the way you want it done. But all of this is good training, because what it does is it starts to tell them what kind of work you are looking for from them. So sometimes it is worth it for you to pay to have a task redone if it's not done the way you wanted it in the first place. And remember in this process that when you hire somebody, you hire them not only for the work that they're going to produce, but you also hire them for their brain and their good judgment. And part of your job is to help them develop the good judgment and give them the training to develop their brain, so in the end, they become people who are more capable than they were when you first hired them. People who don't need your help to get things done. People who grow not only themselves, but your organization. So remember, delegation down is good. Delegation up is bad. You need to be very careful that you don't allow delegation up to consistently happen, because it can really make your life miserable. What's your thoughts about this? Have you ever been delegated up to? Have you ever accepted a task that got delegated up to you? I bet you have. Let me know what they were in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.